Choice this time.
Now run with me. I'm ready for a match.
Scooten and looten, amigo.
This is your champion.
I'm the jump master. Follow me. Enough lambing around. We're dropping.
First blood.
First fatality. Let the games begin.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Say what? We're all inside this ring.
Oh, that's got a kick.
Eva Atia.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 3.
Contact with I-style. Forget that. Heavy ammo here.
Rápido, rápido.
Taking fire. Firing. Reloading.
Appointed.
Pass me that shooter. New kill leader. Eyes out for him.
Reloading.
Some hits on me.
Taking fire. Hit the ejector.
Reloading.
It's go time.
Target.
Taking fire.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Shooting.
Look out, grenade. I'm down. I actually got hit. Downed that one.
Reloading. I've got you. Shields up.
Thanks for that.
Oh, we should do that again. Only next time, even faster.
All that matters is being the last one alive.
orden, amigo.
Breathe easy. Watch your side and never quit.
Introducing your champion.
You know what I look like. Come find me.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Come out there. No Terre Plus Ultra! Must go faster! I'm down.
Setting shield, you'll be alright. Contact with hostile.
Help, please.
There were multiple ways this could end. I chose this one.
Hands up, we're not alone.
We're in this together. Remember that.
Let's pick the right way and go.
Can't stop, won't stop.
This is your champion.
Hi, friends.
Good. I'm the jump master. Enough lambing around. We're dropping.
It's go time.
Reloaded.
Down with that one.
Reloaded. Enemy down. Reloaded.
Arc Star.
Knock down the host.
Take down. How'd that feel?
mag here. Level 1.
I need light ammo.
Light ammo here.
Attention.
Making contact with enemy.
New kill
Energy
leader.
ammo here.
New kill leader. Go on, watch out.
Heavy ammo. Let's go this way.
Anybody need energy ammo? Must go faster!
Gonna see if there's loot here.
Let's go this way.
Yo, I think
Extended
other
heavy
squads
mag
have
here.
already been through there.
Level 2.
Ha! Hitting the eject button! Eva shotgun here. Alternator here. Hemlock here.
Shotgun ammo here. Eva 8 here.
Gotta hop up here. Turbocharger.
Backpack here. Level 1. Body shield here. Level 1.
Dibs.
Shotgun ammo
Keep
here.
an eye on that spot over there.
Contact with target.
Contact with target.
Mira, someone's out there. They're far.
Target spotted.
Hostile close.
One shot.
We're in this together. Remember that.
I know all the roads.
What are you waiting for? Let's do this!
Introducing your champion.
Let's Snipers land here.
Can you feel the speed? Yeah, baby!
Heard that.
First blood. Good thing it's not us.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Next ring spa.
Longbow DMR here. Optics here. Sniper.
Eva 8 here. Sniper stock here. Level 2. And light ammo here.
Keeping an eye on this spot. Body shield here. Level 2.
I could use that.
G7 scout here. Ultimate accelerant here.
New kill leader appointed.
New kill leader. Watch for them.
Got a hop up here. Skull piercer.
Jump that out! Rápido!
Extended light energy and devotion here.
Energy ammo here.
Body shield here. Level 1. The ring's closing in 1. We're not very close. Let's explore this way. Eva 8 here. Far ring, 45 left. Might be something good this way. Cancel that.
Half the squad's left. Optics here.
Warning.
Mid-range.
Ring movement in progress.
Rings move in.
package being delivered.
Here's your birthday present.
Heads up. Package coming in.
New kill leader appointed.
R301 here.
New kill leader, eyes out for him.
Enemy spotted. Hostile over there. Punching a tunnel. I set the portal.
Contact.
Opening fire.
I'm getting shot at. Come on, Mitchell. Say hello. I've been down.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
Next ring's far.
Attention. Supply ship.
This won't hurt.
inbound.
Hold on.
Deploying health drone.
Need to recharge my shields.
Just giving my shields a recharge. Patching myself up a bit. Just giving my shields a recharge. Just a second. 1 second. Reloading.
Another enemy down. Recharging my shield.
Help drone if you need it.
Healing up. Eyes are open though.
I've been down. Contact with target. Winning. Now that's a good feeling.
make the right choice this time.
It's only over when it's over.
Hey now, I didn't ask to be the best. I worked for it.
This is your champion.
Remember this face. It's coming for you.
Let's make a choice. Land here.
Okay.
Dropping in. Hang on. Light ammo here.
Attention. First blood.
First blood.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown. Attention. There is a new kill leader.
Heads up. New kill leader.
Gotta hop up here. Select fire. Shotgun bolt here. Level 2. Heavy ammo here.
Firing. Reloading. Thermite out. Reloading. Firing. I'm getting shot.
They spotted me. Going to phase.
Reloading. Reloading.
I've been downed.
No good.
God, they're all so lit, dude.
Reload. Enemy down.
Thank you for the fun fight.
it all. Nothing surprises me.
Let's go for a ride.
This place is something else. Let's go.
Introducing your champion.
Got a good feeling about this area. Supply ship over there. Let's land here.
I love this part! Ah!
Hostile over there. Reload.
Reloading.
First blood.
Reloading.
First fatality.
Round one.
Let the game begin.
Down.
Reloading. That one's out for the count.
Enemy spotted. Hostile spotted.
Arcstar.
Contact with hostile. Shot at.
Reload.
Throw an Arcstar.
Reloading. Arcstar out. Throwing over. Enemy down. Reloading.
Reload. Reloaded.
Got the whole squad.
Reloaded. Health drawn if you need it.
I need light ammo. Healing up. Eyes are open though.
It's go time.
New kill leader appointed.
New kill leader. Show off. Hells yeah. Half the squads are toast.
Shield battery here. I need light ammo.
Recharging my shields.
Helmet here. Level 1. G7 scout here.
Gotta hop up here. Skull piercer.
1 minute. Ring's not far. G7 scout here. "45 seconds. Havoc here. Energy ammo here. Heavy ammo here. We're close to the ring. 30 seconds left.
Sniper stock here. Level 2.
10 seconds to the ring. It's close at least. Body
Devotion
shield
here.
Extended heavy mag here.
Barrel
Level
stabilizer here. Level 2.
Warning. Movement in progress.
2. Heads up. The ring's moving. Standard stock here. Level 1.
Faster, faster, faster! Triple take here.
Care package being delivered.
Heads up. Care package coming in.
Gonna get your birthday
Shield cell
present.
here. Helmet here. Level 3.
Optics here. Sniper. Cancel that. Optics
Got
here.
off up here.
Sniper.
Let's go here, sir.
Syringe here. I could use that.
Oh, faster!
Ultimate accelerant here.
Throwing jump pad.
I need a shotgun bolt.
Faster, faster, faster!
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
Healing? Ah, this is taking too long. What are you waiting for? An invitation? Get in the ring, compadres.
Contact with hostile.
Contact.
Come on, sail.
Getting shot at.
Firing!
Throw my grenade out. Recharging my shield.
Enemy over there. Get some damage up.
Yo, we got an airstrike coming down.
Reloading.
Just keep in mind, it's a bit down.
Need to recharge my shield. Making contact with enemy.
Throw an arc star.
Spotted. Taking fire. Contact.
I'm taking shots.
Taking fire!
Reloading.
Reload.
Enemy down.
Enemy.
Recharging my shield.
Reloading!
Enemy taken out.
Nice work.
Listen up, I'm getting shot at. Contact with target. Health drone if you need it.
Charging on my shields.
1 second.
The ring's closing in a minute. We're not close.
Charging on my shields. Hey, amigos. This dude's not with us. Opening fire.
Enemy over there. Reloading. Target over there.
Got the whole squad. I need heavy ammo. Gotta hop up here. Turbocharger. Only two other squads
New
left.
kill leader upgraded.
Ready, set, go!
Heavy ammo here.
New kill leader? Not for long, pal.
Warning. New movement in progress.
Let's explore this way.
Care package being delivered.
In the ejector seat. Patching myself up. Using meds. Come on, come on, come on. It's go time.
Contact.
Setting a portal.
Pay attention. I'm defending that area.
Portal placed.
Health drone if you need it.
Patching myself up. It's go
Might be
time.
something good this way. Let's explore this way.
Healing.
Beginning ring
Ah, this is taking too
countdown.
long.
Health over here.
Using meds.
I'm spotted. Taking fire. Making contact with enemy.
Getting shot at. Charging up my shit. Ooh, that's gonna take. Getting shot at. Recharging my shields. Throwing jump pad. Recharging my shields. Look out, grenade.
One.
Taking fire! Rápido, rápido!
Oh, good. Just a scrape.
Patching myself up.
Gone now. Say hello.
Charging up my shields.
Recharging my shields. Enemy spotted.
Frag out.
Enemy spotted. Reloading. Target over there.
Healing. 1 minute. Ring's pretty close.
I need light ammo.
It's go time. "45 seconds till ring close, amigos. Don't think you can. Healing. This is taking too long.
back in the ring. Have a minute.
Need to recharge my shields. Ring's close.
Firing! Shot at. Reloading.
I'm spotted.
Reloading. Recharging my shields.
Hostile spotted. Just giving my shields a recharge.
Reloading. Say adios to the entire squad.
There may be some enemies around here.
Attention, the kill leader has been eliminated.
Good choice.
You are the Apex Champions.
Come and get it.
I'm not afraid. I'll never be.
This is your champion.
It's opening season. Our path is set. Let's run.
I'm the jump master. Follow me. Get ready. Moving up.
Firing!
Reloading. Listen up, I'm getting shot.
They'll never shoot through this. Reloading.
Attention. First
Fast with that sugar. Pay attention, some of us out inside the ring. Reload. Go for the
Reloading.
Reloading.
Oh, squad down.
new kill leader.
This won't hurt. Hold on. Looks like I'm the kill leader this time.
Thanks.
Patching myself up.
Deploy and help drone.
Got our squad mate's banner.
You out my Spitfire.
Going to phase. Looks like some people have been there.
Oh, there's Medkit Peacekeeper. Thanks.
Optics here. Close range.
I'm back in action. Let's do this, bro. Let's check out this way.
For some loot here.
Let's check out this way.
Heard that.
Light ammo here.
I need light ammo.
Eva 8 here. Optics here. Close range.
Body shield here.
G7
Level
scout here.
Devotion. Energy ammo here. Heavy ammo here. Extended heavy mag here. Level 2. Energy ammo here.
Heavy ammo here.
Punching a tunnel.
Not far from the ring, half a minute.
Light ammo here.
I set the portal.
Rings around the corner, 10 left.
Getting shot at. Need to recharge my shields. Void jumping.
Closing.
I'm taking a shot. Rings moving. Keep the hustle.
Have to... Catching myself up. Need to recharge my shields.
Taking fire, brothers.
Dang, he's down.
Reloading.
Enemy down.
Reloading.
Enemy spotted.
Spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Attention.
Getting shot.
Contact.
Reloading.
Reload.
Nice.
Reloading.
There's a few more people.
That close. Setting shield, you'll be alright.
Recharging my shields.
Thank you.
Deploying health drone.
Medkit here.
This kid had a legendary Havoc.
Extended light mag here. Level 2.
I need it.
Don't shield out.
Firing. Reloading. Throwing arcs. Getting shot at.
Reach out.
Arcs are out. Reloading. Going to face.
I'm down.
Reloading.
Hostile right here.
Enemy down.
Downed another.
Watch your back.
Patching myself up.
I don't know where he's at.
Making contact with enemy.
Don't worry, my brother. I got you.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
Thanks.
Reload.
Deploying health drone.
Supply ship inbound.
Healing up. Eyes are open though.
Healing up. Give me a sec.
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 3.
Body shield here. Level 3.
Recharging shields.
Let's go.
Placing a portal. Portal placed.
Recharging shields.
Recharging my shields.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Come on, say hello.
Gotta heal. Taking a knee.
syringe here.
Ring closes in a minute. Let's go here. Let's go here.
Looks like some people have been there.
Not too far. We should hustle.
Shield cell here.
Supply ship over there.
Supply ship over there.
I bet you they're on the ship.
Target spotted.
Movement in progress.
Target over there. Opening fire.
Reload.
I'm spotted.
Shot at. Look out, grenade. Boy jumping.
Don't shield out. Charging shields. Incoming grenade.
Need to recharge my shield. Patching myself up.
You wanna push it?
Recharging my shields. Hostile. Reloading.
Reload. Enemy up. Heads up, grenade. Taking damage over here.
I'm down. Maybe some enemies around here. Not sure.
Looking up.
Contact with enemy.
Reloading. Reloading. Throwing thermite. Thermite grenade out.
Here. Look out, grenade.
Setting shield, you'll be alright.
Thanks, brother. Show us some love, our brothers.
Setting shield. Deploying health shot. Just giving my shields a recharge. Good.
Calling near. Getting shot. No good. I've been down.
I ulted.
Hostile.
Damn, bro, that's so
This
annoying.
was the outcome this time. It's just the way it is.
Level 3.
Making contact with enemy.
Detective 12 or like whatever it is on like Fox or CBS. Like those shows are a dime a dozen, but like new animations, new cartoons seem rare.
Well, what I realized, it took me a long time to realize, I used to think, and I think a lot of people still think like this because it's people's assumptions. I used to think how TV shows got made, especially animated ones, was you walk in, you go, here's my great idea. They say, wow, that is a great idea. Guy off the street, have a show. What I've realized is, especially with animation, 99% of the or let's say a majority of the shows they get picked up are from people that have just worked in the industry long enough. And I don't say that cynically. There's a lot of good shows being made by people who worked in the industry. But let me say it like this. If you've ever watched an animated show or turned on something animated, you've gone, how the fuck is this on TV? Who greenlit this? It is almost definitely literally because that guy or girl or whoever worked in the industry for 30 or 40 years and they just got a chance eventually. But the notion that somebody from YouTube, let me put it like this. If you and I could sit here and the three of us could name for 30 minutes a bunch of shows from YouTubers that have gone into TV and film. You can name all these YouTubers. Oh yeah, Fred and the Annoying Orange and all these people were live action translated very well, or like sort of mixed medium translated immediately to TV. I can't name any YouTubers any YouTube animators who have gotten their own shows. And if there are some, they're very small guys. They're not very big. They're sort of weird, more indie people, and they've almost definitely worked in the industry. So that bridge has not even been made yet. So like the idea of like a lot of the guys that were really big, again on YouTube or Newgrounds, I would say very few. I can't name any of them who have gotten their own TV shows and worked in TV. And the ones that do have their own TV shows, it's because they worked traditionally. They were boat artists or something. So that is not even really a thing yet. I think once that starts happening more, once people from YouTube, once animators start having their TV shows and doing movies, I think that stigma, for lack of a better term, will sort of wash away. But right now, there's no equivalent to that. Like it's not a proven formula yet. It's not a proven success. Right now, most of the shows that happen are one of the worst ways. This is what bothers me really badly. Is a lot of animated shows I feel like also are actors or comedians, and I say this with all due respect. I like a lot of these people that have these things, but it's actors or comedians or musicians, and their agents go, "Hey, you should do an animated show. They're really easy to do." I've heard actors talk about animation. They go, "Oh yeah, you go in the booth with a baseball cap and you record and you fucking get out." It's like, no, dude. So it's made animation right now. I feel like is not totally made by, but it's dominated by people who don't really care about animation as a medium, who don't really give a shit about it. They either don't know about it or don't care about it. So they just go, whatever, I'll do an animated show. That's easy. And they hire the people to write it and to direct it and do everything for it. But if I were to ask you guys right now, name, like off the top of your head quickly without thinking, name the most well-known animated shows of all time, especially for adult animation. It's like Beavis and Butthead, South Park, Family Guy, The Simpsons. Every single one of these long-lasting shows, if you can go on and name other ones too. SpongeBob, Rocko's Modern Life, all these shows that have stood the test of time, every single one of them have been animator and artist driven. In other words, it's made by an artist and animator, and there's a centralized vision. I feel like that has not gone away, but I feel like whenever that's given a chance, it almost always does well. And when it fails, it at least fails with a vision. And I can always respect that. At least when I watch something that's made by somebody, I can say, okay, you know what? Wasn't for me, and it failed, and nobody watched it, but at least they really had a centralized vision, and they cared about what they were doing, rather than these sort of, I don't think I'm being cynical. I think the people that are making some of these shows are cynical.
What are some of the shows that fall into the category of just being kind of this, I don't know how you would describe it, this manufactured corporate, this is an easy thing to do.
I don't want to name names because I live in Burbank, and I'm sure I'm going to bump into one of these fucking people. I used to not be like this, but I don't want to be a hypocrite, because I used to be like, I hate this show, and then I come here and they go, oh, I work on this show. I go, ooh, whoops, I think I shit talked your show once. So let me just put it like this: go on Wikipedia and type in currently running adult anime. It's a lot of the adult animated stuff, really, because Cartoon Network is pretty good with being creator driven. just look up like a lot of this stuff made for adults, and a lot of stuff made for adults, by the way, is very patronizing. It's like, yeah, let's make a show where it's like people smoke drugs and get drunk and have sex. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares? It's not interesting. You're doing a cartoon. You can do anything. You can tell any story. I think the best animated stuff ever made, in my opinion, TV wise, like, old South Park. I think new South Park is good too, but I mean, like, classic season like 3 through 8 South Park is, even when it was crude, and even when it was like political or satirical, it's not what made it good. There's a real charm there. It's because Matt Stone and Trey Parker have been making the show consistently. Even if you hate South Park and think it's bad, you've always hated it. You have to at least admire the fact that they are some of the only guys ever in adult animated TV that hung around and they write, direct, and voice every episode. Every single one.
Yeah, I heard. Gosh, there was some interview or podcast I listened to where a comedian had been hired to write for South Park, and it didn't last very long because he said essentially that if you're a writer on South Park, what that means, and I'm sure you know way more about this than I do, so I'm interested to hear your perspective on it. But he said that if you're a writer on South Park, that means you just kind of hang out with Trey Parker as he writes the show. And occasionally you can, laugh at some of the stuff that he says or give like a little bit of feedback. But for the most part, like being a writer on South Park is just somebody for Trey Parker to like eat pizza with while he writes the show.
Yeah, as far as there's actually a great documentary. I think it's called 6 Days to Air, 5 Days to Air. It's either 5 Days to Air or 6 Days to Air. I think it's 6 Days to Air. But it's a documentary. It shows how they do an episode. They literally start on, they put the episodes out on Wednesdays, and they start on Thursday, and by the next Wednesday they have a whole new episode, totally from scratch, completely from scratch. It's a great documentary, but they get stressed out. And yeah, it's basically just a bunch of guys in a room and a couple of girls there just sort of spitballing ideas, and Trey Park goes away and writes the script. But there's not any other show that I can think of, not even like, Mike Judge or Seth MacFarlane or Matt Grady. Like, even those guys who are super hands-on and really creatively driven, they're artists, and they had a vision. Even those guys are pretty hands-off. They let other people write the scripts. But so what I've always admired about those guys, Matt and Trey, is that they've made every episode themselves, for better or for worse. The ones that are not that great, they can still say they made it. And I think there's something really admirable about that.
The neat thing about what you're describing here is that when you think, how can you exercise that level of involvement and not necessarily control, but really having the vision and then executing that vision? What's a better place to do it than on something like your own YouTube channel, where it is just you? You can absolutely pull off what you described as the most successful model for a long-term thing, having an appeal that sticks around like any of those classic shows you mentioned. You really could develop a vision and flesh that out however you wanted without any real interference.
No, I think that's absolutely true. I think, in my opinion, I think the best YouTube channels are the ones where, even if you have a lot of people working with you, because you're gonna have that no matter what. Even I've had people, I have to get voice actors sometimes. I have to get background artists. I have to get animators. So you're never gonna be, I think some artists romanticize like, I did everything myself. Okay, don't brag about that. Who cares? Like, hey, if you want to do it, that's fine. But I don't think that should be. Being purist in that way is weird to me. Like, there's no shame in hiring the people. In fact, I think it helps you grow as a person, grow as an artist especially, because, I feel both ways. Like, number one, I feel you should definitely be hands-on. I feel like you should definitely be. I feel like the best projects are always ones with really creatively driven people, sort of letting their vision permeate every aspect of it. So their vision is in the script, it's in the editing, it's in everywhere. Even if other people do it, that vision is there. I also feel, though, that anybody can make anything by themselves. That's not a challenge. What's a challenge is having your vision and working with other people and getting them to come along with your idea while they also bring their own, like, flavor to the table. That, to me, is the best of both worlds. And I actually think, like, even if you go back to TV, like back to South Park, I think, like, or any of these animated shows, I think some of these artists who are, you have some people that make great stuff, and when they're let totally on their own, actually, their stuff gets a little bit worse, because sometimes people are better. I think they can be better if they have the network or S&P or the legal team say you can't do that. I'll give you an example, like episode of South Park where they had Tom Cruise in the closet. That episode started off with him being flamboyantly gay, and the legal team said you can't. That's illegal. You can't do that. And they said okay. Like even if you don't like that episode, I think it's a way funnier angle that they took where he's literally in the closet, the whole like in an actual physical closet. So and there's a lot of those examples through game making, through movies, through TV, and you get a little bit of that challenge. I think artificially you could put that challenge with you or on top of you on YouTube by having other people on your team, by having maybe you have advertisers or a sponsor. So I actually like sometimes when I have a creative hurdle because my and I'm, who cares what I think? But in my opinion, for me, my motto to myself has always been: if I get a creative challenge tossed to me, and I can't do it, I always say like, well, then I shouldn't be doing this at all. Then, like, what am I doing anything for? And I say the same thing about like, I did a show called Hellbenders. I did a little web series called Hellbenders a couple of years ago, and like ending something like that and putting it aside and starting something new, continuing to move on, is not easy. But you have to go, okay, if that was really my peak, if that was really my best idea, I shouldn't really be making anything. If I only have one good idea, then what the hell am I doing? And so I sort of use that to motivate me, where it's like it's not easy to throw something away or move on, or again, even if you're sticking with the same project, it's not easy to say I'm not going to change that idea. I think, but I think to sort of tell yourself, well, if I can't make it better, then what am I doing anything for?
That's something.
And I think a lot of the time, this is honestly, I'll say I'll shut up. But I think, in my opinion, I think a lot of the time, some of the best stuff in TV and film and games and YouTube and everything, music, everything, has come from creative challenges. Oh, we can't do that. What else can we do then? So I would say if you can do it, if you're doing YouTube, in my opinion, I think you should definitely collaborate. And I think you should definitely embrace any creative hurdles you have. Embrace those. Use those opportunities to say, you know what? Not only am I going to listen to what this creative challenge, am I going to accept this creative challenge, I'm going to make it better. I'm going to make this project better than what it was before I got this challenge in the first place. I think that's a constructive way to sort of deal with those things. If you view it like that, you'll always get something good out of it, I think.
That part that you said, that it's not necessarily a bad thing to stop a project and do something else. That's a topic that we've talked about a lot in different contexts over the last few years. And after talking to people through season 1, like some version of this comes up quite a lot on how necessary it is to wrap up one idea, use what you've gotten out of that to drive another new idea that's probably going to be a lot better, and embracing how healthy that is to pull the plug. To step on the oxygen hose and let the amount of your project expire. Yeah.
It can be scary.
Do you want to tell the police something? Look into the camera and tell us what you did in 2016. We know it was not an accident.
But I mean, I agree totally with that. It was when you were talking about like creativity flourishing within restriction. I had a million years ago, I tried to get an internship at Adult Swim. So this was probably like 13 years ago. This was a while ago.
Oh, wow.
And what I did was I kind of stalked people that worked at Adult Swim and found their contact information and just like emailed a couple of them, and then got my way to a phone call, to a phone interview for this internship. And when I had the interview, that was exactly what I said I loved about Adult Swim. I said, the fact that Adult Swim clearly does not have an endless budget to be making this programming is what I find fascinating because of the creativity that comes out of that. If you just have a Scrooge McDuck pool of gold coins to use to make some animation, then yeah, maybe it'll be amazing, but maybe it's too much, and maybe that the only having $5,000 or whatever it is to make something, so that you have to like repurpose old C Lab animations,
yeah.
make something that's way more different. Anyway, long story short, I did not get the internship. So
And here you are now.
they loved my answer, but just were creeped out, I think, that I kind of stalked them into.
Well, I will say, Adult Swim is one of the only networks that I know of that is very open to just talking to anybody. Like literally, they do. Walter Newman and Cam Tang, the development heads at Adult Swim out here in California, they literally, I think once in a while, they do these live streams where they literally just let people call in. They put a phone number out there. They say, "Call and pitch your idea to us." And they've always been like that. They've always been very open door. They'll talk to anybody, let anybody come in. What's your idea? And as far as I think every other network, as far as I know, especially like Netflix and Comedy Central, all these other places, who I respect greatly, you have to have an agent. You have to have a guy go in and talk and say, "Hey, I'm with this agency." But it's also you can literally just be a guy and get a show. And I think that's the only network that I know of right now, at least currently, that's true for. So I respect Adult Swim a lot in that way. They do very little bunch of stuff, but the plus side of it is they'll talk to anybody, they'll hear anybody out. They're not discriminatory based on like, oh, you don't have an agent, oh, you can't pitch an idea to us. They just want good ideas.
Yeah, they seem to be like when I said earlier that it doesn't seem like you see new crops of animated shows coming up, except for Adult Swim. I mean, they are the ones who are just constantly like, I flip it on, I'm like, what is this? Yep. You know, and they're always trying out new things. But before we run out of time, I really want to talk about Gremblo real quick.
Yeah.
So I loved Gremblo, and I just want to know where that came from and what your thought process was behind, I don't know, just kind of like doing it and then walking away from it.
So that came out of I was making a show actually. I don't think anybody knows this. So that you're getting a scoop, a hot scoop here.
Ooh, I like it.
I was developing a show with Michael Cusack, another animator, a guy who works on a thing called Trash Tunes, a very talented guy, and we had all three started making. We said something like, okay, we'll give ourselves like a week or two to make a show idea. We'll just do it. And I think he was one of the characters in there, and I think that I'm pretty sure that came from my sensibilities of drawing characters that just look like that. So I would draw quickly, like sort of like the Little Caesars pizza looking guy, where it's just a big kind of nose, like the character on screen, basically. Like that sort of, I like the way that profile looks on characters. It's easy, you know. It's like you could do that one line, you could do that without removing the pencil from the page. So I kind of like the free motion of that style, and Michael Cusack, all of his characters are like pink and green and orange and yellow. They're always very bright and colorful. And I think he made it pink. And then the third guy made Trash Tunes. He made a cartoon a while ago called Gremblo. That was his name that he thought of. But it didn't look anything like that thing. I think it did, but his cartoons had pink characters. So I think from that we said, oh, we'll just use that. He was like, that's fine. And then, so we thought of the show idea first. And then I think we just tweeted the design, I think, one day, and people started retweeting it. And then Michael put out a version, I think. And the third guy didn't have that many followers, so I don't think he was, the Trashers guy didn't have any followers, so I don't think he was tweeting too much about it. But it was just basically Michael and I tweeting about it. And he obviously shared it with it, and then people started doing fan art for it. And we started retweeting the fan art. It's just sort of like a feedback loop. People just became more and more and more and more. And actually, but we were not trying to make it a viral character. But we had already, so it was weird. It was a weird backwards thing. And then we started to reveal more and more that character had co-workers and he had a business and everything. And people thought it was the other way around, but it was actually the inverse. We had thought of him first and then tweeted that. We saw people liked it. We're like, oh, okay. Well, then let's reveal more about it. And I don't think anybody knew that. But then we pitched that to Adult Swim. And then they greenlit us for a script. And then that fell through for another reason. It was not a bad thing. And then Michael and I pitched something else, and the Trash Tunes guy went off and started his own thing. And then the Gremlin thing we just left because it was a project we all three made, and we didn't want to go do something with that third guy, so we just totally scrapped it. But it was a really weird. It all happened like in a quick span. Again, it was like June 2017. We thought of that character. We tweeted him out. He went really viral. And then, we abandoned him. I actually have a bunch of if I ever see you guys, I have a bunch of Gremlo pins that we did. We sold a bunch of them, and then that was basically when I said the character's done. Well, okay, the character's buried. But the point is, I have a bunch of these things laying around in my closet, waiting to be given out to people, like 20 extra ones they had. So anytime I see anybody that likes that character, I'm just like, here, have a free one. I don't want to sell it, but have it. So I have a big creepy fucking pile of these stupid pins in my closet sitting there. So that's the rise and fall of Gremlo. And that's a good example of something where the three of us were just like, let's drop this as a character because I know we can all three do better. And guess what? We all three did better. The third guy made his own thing. Michael and I not only did our own stuff, but we were collaborating more. And yeah, I think that's an example, again, of taking a really good idea that you're really proud of and just going, you know what? I could do better. Like, that was its own thing. The same thing with Hellbenders. Like, that was its own thing. It's okay that it had its time and its place, but, you know, yeah, there's no shame in, like, leaving something and starting something new creatively.
Yeah, so now you're doing awesome things aside from that, but the Gremlo thing, I just needed to hear exactly from the horse's mouth.
It's really weird. Again, I think you got the scoop. I don't think anybody knew the sort of backwards way it actually came about.
And it's also a perfect example of what you were illustrating earlier about collaboration, because Gremlo was this like trinity apparently between the three of you.
Yeah, it was me. It was Ollie Norwood from Trash Tunes and Michael Cusack. And again, we made it in like a week. It was him and a couple other characters, and then posted him, did really well, and that was it. Then we put it pretty quickly. We put it to bed. But yeah, I would definitely recommend collaborating with people too. Collaborating, in my opinion, especially as an artist. Like when I collaborate with Michael, he has different sensibilities than I do. When I collaborated with Chris O'Neill for Hellbenders, I got a way different. You're always going to get a different flavor. It's like this is really a fucking. Weird reference. I deserve to be shamed for this, but did you guys ever play Kirby 64 where you can suck into different stuff and it's like gets different combinations? It's like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a horrible reference and I deserve to get bullied over that relentlessly, but it's true, man. Like, I think when you collaborate with this person, you're gonna get something different. When you collaborate with somebody else, you get something different, and it's always a little bit of a different flavor. You can always tell, you know, whose sensibilities are coming from where, but it's always a different I don't know. I like that about art and collaboration.
It goes back to what you said about limitations as well, because when you work with somebody else like that, you're opened up to whatever skill set they've got, whatever vision and quirky interpretations, whatever it is. You get all of these things, so you open up in this tremendously unique way, but you also get their limitations too. And that can be really beneficial, like you said, working within the confines of whether it's abilities to, some technical thing, whatever it is. It's a whole new set of possibilities and a whole new set of limitations. And when you combine that with your own pair of the same things, you just by default are going to get something unique and different, probably more unique than what either of those two people could do together. Or individually.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they're going to reject some of your ideas. And it's like, okay, well, now what? And if they weren't there to reject it, then you just would have done that, and maybe you wouldn't have thought of the next thing.
Yep.
Before we wrap up, we love to showcase the creativity of our guests here on The Create Unknown by asking them something that has no answer. Just to, you just need to make it up on the spot. And what I would love to ask you, Psychic Pebbles, is to make up a character for us and give him or her a name and tell us about his or her occupation.
All right, I got a new character, crazy new character concept. His name is Gilby, Gilbi, Gilby the piece of shit. That's his official full name, legal name on his ID. Gilby the piece of shit. He works. He works like you and I. He's a regular working Joe Schmo. Every episode, we never see what he does, but he always just says to the camera, he says, "You got to believe me, I'm a working Joe Schmo. I'm a regular kind of guy." And then in episode 2, he dies. He gets killed. I think that's a good show idea.
So there's just 2 episodes?
Good character. Yeah, and he just looks at the camera and says, "Look, you got to believe me. I know I say it all the time, and you're probably wondering, can I see where you work? Well, I can't show you that for legal reasons, but listen, you got to believe me. I'm a regular blue-collar fellow, 9 to 5, like the rest of us. You just got to believe me on this one, man. In episode 2, he gets killed. Yeah.
All right, so whoever is listening to this, please rip that audio and animate it so that we can retweet it.
Yeah. I will retweet that if somebody animates that.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been awesome. Oh, hello there. Welcome to the credits. We're all so happy to see you, and by all of us, I mean just me and the voices in my head. This episode was brought to you by Rode Microphones. This is a Rode microphone. If you want to get a Rode microphone or any of their lovely accessories, then just go to Rode.com.
Welcome, everybody, to the H3 Podcast offline experience. That's right, we are no longer live. Thank you to KFC. Our previous episode was blocked based on copyright laws, and our whole episode was taken off worldwide. First of all, let me thank ExpressVPN and Quip before I go on this KFC rant that leads us to this no longer live podcast. So last week, we did this whole big episode, and it was 2.5 hours long. And as soon as we finished live streaming, we checked the stats, and it's blocked worldwide. Now, why was it blocked worldwide? Because of that stupid KFC bobblehead routine at Ultra, that frickin' EDM. They blocked the whole podcast from a 2-minute segment. Now,
it's not a strike or a claim. It's just gone, right? When it's blocked, like you can't even access the video.
That's right. And so let me first of all explain why this is such a huge problem, because we live streamed it. We have the views from the live stream. There's about 60,000 views. And then after the live stream ends, YouTube sends it out to people's subscription feed. It sends it out to their homepage. It sends out notifications. So after all that's gone out, when it gets blocked worldwide, all the notifications and everything is dead. So everyone's going to a dead link and it just says blocked. So basically you've lost your opportunity to get views.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it comes back, you've lost your opportunity. They've essentially killed the video when they do that, especially right after you post it.
Yeah.
So I moved it to private. You know, I was surprised because I disputed it immediately, and I was expecting the link to come right back up. But what I found out is that if you get blocked, the video stays down for 2 whole days while they consider the dispute.
And it's such a problem with the podcast because it's a lot of current events, and it's for people, it's like part of the schedule. They know it's going to be on Friday. They're going to watch it at a certain time. And it's like you're just messing up with everything.
It's so evil. I hate these corporate. They're so evil. They don't consider the consequence of anything. They're just putting their hands in everyone's pockets. They're messing up everyone's business, and they don't care. They do it because they can, literally.
Yeah.
Just like why Shredder licks his butthole. Why does he do it? Because he can. If I could lick my butthole, I may well do it as well. I'll tell you, I would do it. If I could do things, there's things I would do. But so I start talking to my people at YouTube, and I say, what am I supposed to do? I'm trying to run a business. The CEO just came here to visit us the day before this happened at our office here to celebrate our achievements and this business we've built. So the next day, I go, I'm trying to run a business. I have sponsors. I have a crew. What am I supposed to do when I post a video and it gets blocked for a 2-minute segment that's fair use in a 2.5-hour podcast? What actually am I supposed to do? So the solution they offered me, they says, listen, If you want to avoid this happening, you have to go offline. And here's why. You need to post the video unlisted first, and you can see what claims come in, what blocks come in. So that way you can fix it before you post it, and you don't waste the opportunity. Like, we don't have that. We don't even have that filter when we go live.
And that's what we're doing today, but this process is going to be so annoying.
Yeah.
Because you got to wait for the claims to come in, and then you got to maybe make changes, then you got to re-export the whole podcast, re-upload. It's like, could be hours now. And then it's Saturday.
Hours of extra work.
And then Saturday you're not done with work.
Well, I'm hoping to get the video up today. I want to finish, export it, get it up, and hopefully it should be up by like 3. But it takes, because it's such a long, video, it takes so long to export it and upload it. Feels weird that we're not live. Do you feel like
I know. I
difference?
keep thinking, like, I want to check the stream, and there's nothing there.
Strange. The stakes aren't as high.
It's like...
I could say the N-word right now, and we could just cut it. I don't know why my mind always goes to that. The worst case scenario is always like, I'm just going to blurt out the N-word.
It's not like off camera you just say it. It's like...
No, of course not. But that's just the worst case. I'll just be like, But now nothing matters anymore. But we're not making any cuts. This is how we do it, baby. You know how we do it. I've been doing live now for 2 years. I know I'm a veteran, okay? I get in the trenches and I don't make cuts. That's how we roll, and you can expect the same great, beautiful rawness from us that you've come to expect. But essentially, KFC has ruined the H3 podcast.
You know, it's so sad that KFC is actually one of my favorite fast foods. So now I lost that too.
I'm a straight up boycotting. Now, for the record, it wasn't KFC that took it down.
I know.
And this is the kind of my larger point. It was Ultra who took down and blocked. But my larger point is that these brands that are collaborating and paying them and partnering with these companies need to know what they're doing on their behalf. Okay? KFD paid a lot of money for all this dumb-ass marketing they're doing. So stupid. Yet here we are talking about it, and they're idiotic, moronic partners at Ultra block it. Hello? It's viral marketing, you morons. It's so. I heard Joe Rogan recently went offline as well because I don't know why he said problems with YouTube, but it's like
the same.
Yeah, it's got to be the same thing because you cannot operate a business like this. It's outrageous.
And you know, it's a shame. There's so much great footage of this KFC guy now. Like we could be watching it every Friday. It's like the new R. Kelly in Ethiopia.
Well, I've got some new KFC footage I want to show you. In honor of Mother's Day, KFC redid their Twitter, and I got to tell you, it's time to stop. It really is time to stop.
What is that?
I don't know. Wait, why is this thing? Just go away. Just go away. All right, Chickendales. So the Colonel is now a male stripper.
What?
And I don't know who they're catering to. I do not want your chicken anymore.
What is going on? Someone who's eating KFC doesn't want this.
This guy doesn't eat KFC. Okay.
Yeah,
clearly.
he doesn't.
But then they posted this video of male strippers wishing moms a happy Mother's Day, and they don't even mention chicken. I am going to start eating Popeyes. I heard Popeyes is bomb, Hila. We should order Popeyes.
We should.
We should order Popeyes tonight and Instagram story it and be like, man, this Popeyes is bomb.
I can't believe what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, well, watch it. I'm so pissed. KFC, first of all, I don't like this viral marketing. These brands need to just shut up, make their poison that we put in our body against our better judgment, and just chill, dude.
This is somehow related to Mother's Day?
Yeah, because so Chippendales, I guess, is a male strip club. So it's Chickendales. Do you know how many meetings they had about this? Do you know how many people had meetings about this, Ela?
You know, usually I think they do. I think usually they have like a million meetings and it goes through a million layers. But with this shit, I don't think so.
No, I think they're trying super hard. I think they think they're marketing geniuses. Well, let me show you this video, okay? Buckle up, and I'm not going to pause once. I promise. Well, I'll do my best.
What's the idea, by the way, with Mother's Day? Like, you're gonna get your mom a bucket of KFC on Mother's Day?
No, you're gonna get her a male stripper to fuck the shit out of her because she hasn't been fucked good in like 3 decades. Apparently, and that's
and
the
then
chicken
they
to follow it up.
KFC.
I don't know, man. You tell me what you make
Oh,
of it.
howdy, Mom.
Here, you all tell me. You interpret this.
I hear you're the best mom in the world. Well, what do you think, Boris?
So the main guy is a virtual guy?
No,
Not
these
real?
are real.
These are real.
Yeah. Does that look real to you, Ela? That looks real to me. So it's a bunch of male strippers, topless, dancing, and saying they
They're
love
dancing like the Backstreet Boys.
They're jacked.
You're a real special lady.
I just don't think it's funny or clever. It's just dumb. Like, how does it feel to be the coolest mom
so long.
in the world? Okay, get to the chicken part, you idiots. And so they thought this was funny.
Yeah.
He's in a bucket of chicken.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, that is a big yikes for me.
I'm wondering what would my mom think if I showed her this.
I think she would, yeah. Oh, look, produced under license from Chippendales. This was actually a collaboration with Chippendales? You actually paid somebody a license for this idea? That's even more embarrassing.
Do we just get our video blocked by showing that?
Wait, hold on. Is this a Chippendales ad?
I think, kind of dual purpose.
Who knows?
Because it is in collaboration with Chippendales, it says at the bottom.
Yeah.
This Mother's Day only, Chippendales will be serving KFC.
I feel like it maybe in some other completely different universe it could be funny if it wasn't KFC and if it wasn't for Mother's Day. I don't know, like
what universe?
I have no idea. But I see they're trying to make something funny, but this is not.
I don't know what universe this is funny.
Yeah, yeah.
KFD?